Welcome back. We just got done drawing our darkest values in, like right here, and using cross-hatching to do that. Now we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about cast shadows, and we're going to talk about highlights. A cast shadow is the shadow that's created by the objects in your still life. So if I pull my little photograph over here again, I do still have the still life set up out there. But just to get a better, cleaner shot of it, if we look here, you can see the shadow right here on the sheet cast by my cube. You can see that this cone here casts a shadow along the front piece of this turkey. Okay, you can even see that there's a shadow here on top of that cube cast by the sphere. So, in the sense of looking at the values and looking at those shadows, you're going to take those shadows and put them onto your drawing. So if I look back here, I know that there's going to be a shadow that comes just like this on the top of my cube. I know that there's going to be a shadow, because I'm looking at it, that goes up here, because there's a curve in the sheet that goes like this. There's this piece that's a cast shadow, and that cast shadow actually goes back up like that. And there's kind of a rounded shadow up here from the sphere over there. Okay, on the side of my turkey here, I've got a cast shadow from here up to there, right behind that fold line, and I can see that there's a cast shadow behind the turkey, cast by the turkey, of course, like that. All right, and I can also see that this line here casts a shadow like that underneath that turkey, and my turkey casts a shadow right underneath there. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cast shadows. They're always going to be on the opposite side of the light, and they're always going to be underneath that object or behind that object. Okay, those are really important shadows. They're usually lighter than the shadows that are on the objects themselves. Okay, then you're going to make sure you put in the highlights. The highlights are the lightest parts of your still life. Usually the light is shining directly on the object at that point. So, obviously, if we look back at this, the highlight, I mean, this whole area is very light because we know the light is really strongly there. But also we have highlights on the very tip here, right in this crease here. We have a very faint highlight right here on the sphere. And of course we have a highlight on this edge of the cone. So we want those highlights in there. We have to think about them. So I'm going to take a little circle and I'm just going to circle my highlight. We're going to kind of smear that out and erase it a little bit later so we know that it's a highlight. But we're just going to go like this and know that that part's a highlight. And we're going to know that this part right in here is a highlight. Then this part out here is a highlight. And I'm actually going to draw a line kind of right up there so we know that that part's the highlight and this part's going to be the middle tone. Okay, so once you have your highlights mapped in and your cast shadows mapped in, we're going to come back in just a silent video and kind of fill in the values.